Yo, this is Jake. They call me Dr. Flock.
Views.
What's up? It's John.
Views.
And it's real life doing this, bitch.
Views. You are now listening to the Views from the Chair podcast.
The B word, that was kind of justified there, though.
What, the 20? Oh, the bitch. Starting off hot. Welcome back to another episode, man.
Episode of what?
Of Views from the Chair, name to be determined. Name to be determined. Matter of fact, y'all need to give us some names. Which this shit be called, man? Let us know. What's the new name of the pod, yo? Names. Which? We need feedback from the damn audience.
Yeah, I mean, we could stay with Views from the Chair. It don't really fucking matter, honestly.
It is what it is. We sit in chairs.
Yeah, I mean, we sitting. I'm in a chair right now. Yeah, so that's what it is. Let me try and do something real quick. Gotta do this beforehand.
You getting anything this weekend?
Yeah, so this is Dylan John from Views from a Chair. I'm trying to take that intro out until we get a new one. So fucking welcome to the show. Did I do anything this weekend? Let me think back. Yeah, I do have a crazy story actually, but I'm not going to share it.
It's a crazy story.
I do have a story, but I'm not going to share it, bud.
It is a crazy story.
I'm a fucking hero, John.
Man, well, I could tell my story. It's not from this weekend, but I'm not even going to do it because I guess that implicates you.
No, let's hear it, man.
Nah, I mean, I saved the same type of person, so.
Well, you saved the elderly. You saved the elderly person as well.
Definitely back in the day, probably about not back in the day, but like 3 years ago. Definitely saved the old guy having a stroke. That shit was crazy. He should have slept and everything. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's shit got dark, bro. I don't know what to say at that.
Yeah, I don't know if it implicates you, but I keep going.
Yeah, keep on, bro.
But yeah, I was at work making my rounds. Was in this neighborhood. Old guy falls out of the car. Me and some other guy look at each other. We like, what's going on? Old guy on the ground. Then we just both run over to him. He can't talk. Speech is kind of slurred. We like, what's going on? What's going on? I picked this dude up. Strength I didn't know I had. Older guy, pretty big. Mind you, I was in an apartment, so carried this dude up to his apartment. He shits himself on the way up. It was. Oh
my God.
Yeah, it was pretty much a mess. The crazy part is, so after all that's done, mind you, he's pointing to the bathroom like, get me there, but without saying it. So we like trying to carry this dude to the bathroom. Shit was wild, actually, like chaotic. I don't know who called the ambulance, but somehow the ambulance got there, and I pretty much felt worthless when they got there and shit. They was just like, we're here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dang, I ain't gonna ask no questions, so I just got in my truck and dipped.
Dude, I'm glad you were able to save a life.
Felt like a hero. I felt like
you felt right?
I ain't gonna lie.
It's the second time you saved a life, because I remember in DC you saved a life as well.
I ain't saved that life. That was crazy though.
Fucking saved a life that day, dog.
Just being a hero out here. That's all.
No, I can't even remember what I did though. I remember, I don't know what the fuck I did Friday. Now that I'm trying to think of it, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, Saturday I was hanging out with a friend and shit. I didn't do too much, and then Sunday I went down to Delaware. It was Cake's baby birthday party, so that was dope. Went to the trampoline park. I'm getting too old for this shit though, bro. I ain't realized I'm playing dodgeball. My nieces and nephews there. We in a trampoline park. They break up the team, so I got like 3 random kids. It's a few other kids out that bitch. I'm going hard.
Yeah.
I'm going hard. I don't care like how like old I get or how old the kids are. If I'm at the trampoline park and we playing dodgeball, I'm playing to fucking win, dog.
Definitely playing to win. I can't remember the last time.
Playing to win.
I felt too old the last time I played dodgeball at the trampoline park
I'm
because I
playing
was
to
in
win.
the sweating, and I'm like, I'm really in here sweating, grown
Oh,
ass man.
that's where
Going
I was. That's where
crazy.
I was getting to. So I'm playing like I'm so entrenched in the game. Like I'm jumping, I'm hitting backflips, I'm trying matrix and shit. I'm
Mhm.
spiking the balls on their faces, all that shit. And then like after the fourth win, like there was a little intermission, and I stopped and I looked at myself and I was like, I'm dripping sweat.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking loser. like,
Yeah, trampoline park is the workout that you didn't know you was getting.
yeah, like I'm a fucking loser, dog. Like, what am I doing here? I need to get myself together. And then afterwards, I went to one of my aunt's houses. We went to a pool and had a cookout and shit. So it was a solid weekend. It was a solid weekend.
Yeah, I ain't get into too much. I chilled, relaxed. Got invested in a new show on HBO called Westworld. Took me
Yeah,
about.
how is that? I always see that, and what's it called?
I ain't gonna lie, it's cool, but it take a while for you to really be invested. So I fell asleep on it probably like 3 straight nights, easy.
I'm tough
But
on the.
last night I was like, oh shit, I actually want to stay up and watch the next episode.
I'm
So I
tough
can't
on.
watch that shit tonight, honestly.
I'm tough on the slow watches.
Yeah, but I'm like, if something got 3 seasons and y'all still making new shit, at that point I was like, all right,
I'll
well
be
this
good.
shit gotta be something. And lo and behold, it got to like episode 5, 6, and I'm like, all right, well, I could do something with this.
I hear that.
But yeah, I ain't really get into too much. Went to some spot out Philly, some
If I hear that you came to Philly one more fucking time, you're gonna hit me, dog.
Mexican spot. Nah, but you said you was out here. That was the crazy part.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's like I haven't seen you in person in like 3 fucking months.
That's a fucking lie. We just
Golf,
golf.
golf doesn't count.
Golf definitely
Golf doesn't
counts.
count. Golf
Golf
doesn't count.
definitely counts. But nah, you always out here when I'm out there, and vice versa.
What Mexican place was it?
Sueño.
Mm.
Yeah, it was cool. Good
You know where it
nachos.
was at?
Tried
Where?
Omnia cookies for the first time. That was an experience.
Yeah, I think that started in Delaware, didn't it? You never had them on Main Street?
Never had it. Got it. Warm cookie. The joint that bend when you bend it. No
Yeah.
crunchy shit.
Yeah, I
Fire
think they
cookie.
started in Delaware. Where was the Mexican place at?
It was over off of Chestnut or Walnut, one of the two.
I just went to a good one in Old City not too long ago as well. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Well, before, what's it called? I need to go to New York this summer as well. I keep forgetting that. But I've said it once and I'll say it again. If I have kids and I die and my friends don't and siblings don't check in on the baby or show up for the baby, I want you to tell them to eat a dick, bro. Like I'm really banking on you and Bree to tell my friends to shut the fuck up.
Nah, that's fucked up.
Like I want friends, siblings, any of that shit, family, anybody. If I check and I still have a baby here and you guys aren't showing up to birthday parties or you're not coming to motherfucking graduations or you're not showing up, how much effort does it take to pick a kid up once every 6 weeks? That's what the fuck I be wondering.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Maybe once every 2 months. That's 6 times a year. That shit's not a lot to adults.
Nah.
And kids, that's a lot. They be thinking they see you all the time with that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm really banking on you and Bree to motherfucker, if I have kids and you guys aren't checking, don't bother posting me and don't talk about me.
It makes sense.
Don't post me and don't fucking talk about me. Ever.
I don't know how deep we get into the topic, but
ever. We could dive the fuck in. I'm sick of this. This shit is weird, bro. This is the tangent I be getting on. I don't really fuck with it. It's I've known so many people that have died, bro, and how people act, and it's the same repeated ass corny cycle. Motherfuckers die, and motherfuckers be like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss them so much. I'm gonna change how I act. I'm gonna do this, or be like, y'all always look out, blah blah." If I die today, I will probably have. And mind you, I've got a lot of friends. A lot of friends. There's probably, if I had kids, there'd probably be about 4 that would check in on them, if that, and maybe 4 that would check in on my mom. That's it. All that shit is cat. The shit is cat.
Yeah.
The shit is cat. It's not hard to check in on a motherfucking baby, dog. You could do that shit once every 2 months, and they would think that shit is once every other weekend. Kids have no concepts of time.
No, none. Especially at a young age, none. It is. I mean, it is fucked up, but I mean, at least you aware though that like that shit is. I mean, obviously, while you here, you don't think that shit gonna happen, but the older you get, you realize, yeah, this shit might be fucked up. This shit might be fucked up if I go and because you just see, I guess the people
It's
you may
nasty.
be talking to is that
It's
how
nasty.
they react to that situation.
It's nasty. It's gross. It's gross.
Yeah. What do you niggas say about the people?
I mean, it's no secret. Motherfuckers are selfish with their time.
Yeah.
And there's 2 points of it. I honestly don't think people are doing it like out of spite or people like are bad people. I don't even want to say they're bad people on purpose or bad people in general. I think people have like a complete like loss of concept of time. Death doesn't really give people a reminder that there is a lack of time. I think like most people just think like, oh, I'll get around to it. Or it's not that important. Like I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. I'm kind of busy. I want to do this instead. Or I'm busy with my own shit. So I can't do it. So like they just constantly push it off until they look up and they go, wow, bro been dead for fucking 10 months and I haven't grabbed his baby not once.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Or oh shit, my man's has been dead and I haven't called his mom in fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
The whole time, like that's a 5-minute call for you. That's probably make the fucking world to her.
So I mean, as far as not trying to make excuses for the people, but so say seeing that person's child or talking to that person's mom, do you see that could be like hard for that person to do though?
I'm sure it could.
But you saying get over that shit.
What's harder?
In terms of what?
What's harder? Talking to somebody's kid or the kid losing a parent?
Yeah, but I'm saying
What's harder? Talking to somebody's mom or the mom losing a kid?
being devil's advocate. Just being devil's advocate. As far as the person saying, if I see them, I see that person, it's gonna break my heart, or it's gonna bring
get
back
sad.
feelings.
Get sad, then, motherfucker. Just get sad. Get sad, gang. Get sad. That's part of life. Get the fuck sad.
Put myself in their shoes and see.
Get sad, bro. Get the fuck sad. Get the fuck sad. I swear to God, if I die, motherfucker's not shoveling my mom's fucking driveway when it snows because they scared to get sad. The fuck?
You fucked up. That would be fucked up.
You scared to get sad? Come on, dog. You're not picking my baby up because you're scared to get sad?
But could you see somebody saying that though?
I guess
somebody that hasn't dealt with the situation.
Bro, I see a lot of people say a lot of stupid ass shit.
So you don't see how that could affect somebody?
What, like mentally?
Yeah.
I'm sure it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it could.
I mean, I guess maybe what I'm saying is this is even more fucked up. Do they have a quote unquote certain amount of time to get over this shit to where as though they think they could actually deal with the issue?
Nah, but that's the shit motherfuckers don't be trying to get over shit. That's why they be avoiding everything. People don't like facing the problems. So they avoid this shit completely. Yeah. I like to face my motherfucking problems. That's the best shit I ever started doing in life.
You know everybody doesn't though.
You got to. You got to, bro. You got to.
It's easy to say, but we know for a fact everybody doesn't.
The motherfucking key to happiness or somewhat happiness or majority happiness or some kind of consistency is addressing your fucking issues and going at shit, dog. Not avoiding it.
How often do you think people address their issues, though?
Not much, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Not much.
So definitely not making excuses, especially if you were super close to somebody. Like, I would think you could actually reach out or whatever it is, go see him, whatever it is that you need to do. Even a call would do wonders for some people. But I mean, knowing what we know about people in general, nobody specific, just people in general, they don't deal with shit that they got going on. They don't deal with their mental issues.
Yeah, I hear that shit.
Deal with nothing shit.
If you die, knock on wood, I'll be hanging on by a fucking thread, and there still won't be a shot that 3 months goes by that I'm not talking to Naya or your mom.
No, I get it. I'm just speaking to the person that maybe feel as though they can't do it, or like, I don't know what I'm gonna say to this person.
You know what? And and if that is the case, respect.
I mean, we even got people that don't go to funerals because of that situation.
I don't like that shit either. I don't fuck with that shit either, bro. I really don't like that shit either. Because motherfuckers like, yeah, I don't go to
That's a
funerals.
real thing for some people.
Yeah, that shit make me sad. It makes me uncomfortable. Life's not about being comfortable all the time, dog. That's a very selfish point of view of it. Like,
But
a funeral is not about you being comfortable. A funeral is about showing the family the support and love you have for the person that passed. It's not about your comfort level. It's about support for the people that just lost somebody that they had every day. Like, I never liked that funeral. I don't really fuck with funerals. I remember motherfucking
amongst people.
Yeah, I remember my fucking appendix rupture. I was at the hospital 3 weeks when I was like, what was that, freshman year? And my man was like, man, I wanted to come see you, but I didn't want to see you in the hospital. Fuck you, dog. I'm like, fuck you, bro.
I heard that one.
Well, fuck you, dog. You don't like hospitals? I don't like being in this bitch, dog. You don't like funerals? I don't want to be dead. We all in a bad spot.
I'm gonna sit here and say it's definitely a real thing for people though.
Hey, bro. Yeah. I got nothing for that. I have nothing for that. My biggest adamant on being a good friend is it's not a convenience thing. Being a good friend or family member is not a convenience thing, dog. Be like the shit that means the most is the shit that's not convenient to you.
So you see like I can't do this or that makes me uncomfortable as a nothing but an excuse.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not mad at that.
Selfish excuse as well.
I'm not mad at that.
Or you just don't care that much. And if you don't care that much, that's cool too. Just don't facade like you do.
I don't really want to put that on the people, is that they wouldn't care. It just really might make somebody's skin crawl just reliving that moment, or especially if they was cool with them everyday type shit and they just like, dog, I can't do this shit.
Fuck.
Because how many times have you got in even 10 times lighter situations, whether it's something as simple as texting a girl back, like, or texting the girl the first time, you're like, nah, I ain't even gonna do it. Or DMing a girl, like, nah, I ain't even gonna do it. Just because it might make you a little uncomfortable or you not ready to do that shit. That shit happens and on way lighter situations.
I understand the uncomfortability here. I feel like there's an obligation.
When it's death.
Yes.
Death or sickness.
Yeah, there's an obligation there to forego your uncomfortableness.
So
there
you
should
would
be an obligation.
Two situations where it is something where it's like, all right, you just gotta get over whatever you think is gonna happen or whatever you got going on in your head. You gotta face death and sickness head on.
Buddy, I don't give a fuck if I could give a fuck less how distraught a motherfucker is when I die. If you don't send a fucking Christmas card to my mom's house, I will fucking haunt you for the rest of your life. It's like there's just no excuse for me on that. There's no excuse of like, especially the kid shit. If I have a kid and you just don't like take my kid to the basketball court every like 2 months because like you're too sad that I died, motherfucker, he's sad too. I'm not around at all.
What would you attribute it to? People just not wanting to do it, or do you think it would be the uncomfortable or just the inconvenience of it? You think,
dude? I'm getting on my martyr shit here, but I honestly think it's just people don't care enough to do it. I think just like a lot of shit in life is that it's like it sounds better than actually doing it. Like, yeah, I want to go do this, but when you wake up and you're like, oh, do I really want to spend 7 hours out of my day doing this when I could just sit around the house and do this, or I could get some yard work done, or like maybe I could pick up an extra shift, or like, yeah, I had a rough night with my friends, or maybe I'm about to go to brunch, blah, blah. Like, people don't really want to sacrifice their time ever. And everything sounds good. Like, bro, it sounds good when your friend be like, yo, can you help me move? And there's like 17 people like, yeah, I'll help you move, buddy. Until the day there, and they're like, yo, can you help me move? And you're like, fuck, now I got to spend 8 hours and do all this heavy lifting and shit. And then 2 people come.
Yeah.
But that's my whole shit about being a good friend, about the fucking, not the convenience factor. It's the inconvenience of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's no excuse, bro. These motherfuckers are sad to me.
I ain't going to say it's an excuse. And I probably would judge somebody from the grave if they didn't. But I don't think I would all the way hold it against them. Whereas though it's like, it would be a little, I ain't going to lie, it would definitely be salty. And I couldn't imagine, especially if you had a relationship with the kid. And then after that happens, you like, all right, well, I can't face it, so I'm not gonna deal with it.
Yeah, buddy, if I have kids and I die, and then you start seeing all these motherfuckers that are posting me every day saying, "Oh, there was this, there was that, there was that," you around my kid all the time, and you're not seeing any of them ever like even check in or say what's up, like you're gonna be
Yeah,
like, "Dog, what the fuck is going on here?
that's a fact.
What the fuck is going on here?" You're not seeing none of my siblings pop up, none of that shit, and you're like, "Dog, what the fuck is happening here?" Like I don't. You not seeing my mom come around. You're like, "Dog, what is going on? I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's got deep.
I don't get it."
Yeah.
Roe v.
Not, I
Wade.
mean, I'm just definitely was trying to play devil's advocate. I ain't really got too much for the other side. I'm just trying to it really ain't no excuse, especially in that situation, because that kid definitely gonna be looking for somebody to step in and take some type of role, whether it's 3 people trying to fill one person's shoes or it's one. Like they honestly at some point gonna be looking for somebody to.
And that's my whole motherfucking shit, bro. This is my whole fucking
It's
shit.
hard to argue against it, honestly.
It doesn't take that much effort, bro. Like, say if I die, I have a kid, and I have 8 close friends, which I at least have 8 close friends. If one of you guys gets the kid once a fucking year or twice a year, the kid has an experience with one of my friends every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. They're out and about and busy, and I'm giving the mom a break.
Yeah.
You ain't got 3 days out the motherfucking year?
Yeah, I mean,
You ain't got 3 fucking.
When you think about it, it's just. I mean, that's what I'm over here scrambling, thinking for thoughts of other people.
It's great. That's what I'm saying. It's literally, if you have 3 days, you my man's, I die, I have a kid. You don't have 3 days out the year for my motherfucking kid. Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
Don't post about me. Don't cry about me. Don't none of that shit.
Yeah.
You got nothing for me. Not your brother. Not none of that shit. Don't fucking talk about me. These motherfuckers.
I mean, I definitely can't think of a reason enough, especially sibling, close friend, niece, nephew. It's not hard to make an excuse for somebody in that situation.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
Nah,
but at the same time, like, I'm not here to tell motherfuckers how to live either. So, like, everybody gotta live their own right, and like everybody's got their own shit to be important.
Okay, is that person sleeping at night knowing that? Are they gonna come to a realization in 10 years?
They don't care, bro. They don't care.
Are they gonna be like, damn, I wasn't the best, blah 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 to this kid when I could have been? I wasn't there for the kid. Or say something tragic happened to the kid, and they like, fuck, I could have been there to stop that shit.
Motherfuckers don't be giving a fuck, and they don't even be thinking like that. Like, maybe that's just like people don't have the brain capability to fucking capability to talk about like think like that and shit. I promise you, as people in my life that probably like wasn't around like that or did that shit as I was growing up, and they're not up at night like, oh, I should have been there for this. That's just how the fuck they are. That's just their personality. That's how they think.
Become not everybody, honestly, but at some point, people do hit a wall where they like, damn, I wasn't the best, blah 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 in that situation.
Yeah, I wasn't shit.
Yeah.
I think everybody hits a wall and says, "Yo, I wasn't shit" as well. Yeah. I think they should. And when they do,
so I mean, if you don't, it is kind of crazy that would never happen for you. But you would assume.
I've been in situations where I thought like, I could have handled that better. I probably should have did that instead of that, for sure.
And I mean, even with that being said, even when you say that, are you the type of person to say it was something? You did something to somebody, it wasn't the worst thing, but you could have handled it better. Would you voice that to the person, or would you just keep that to yourself?
If I still had the relationship with the person, I've definitely doubled back on like situations and be like, yeah, I was kind of a douchebag for this. My bad.
Yeah.
Like years after. I'm like, I was drawn with that. Yeah, I was bugging. My bad.
Me, I'm kind of the opposite. If I don't get that shit out the way within 1, 2, 3 months, I ain't gonna say shit. I don't know why. But yeah, if I ain't gonna get that shit out quick, I'm gonna probably just be like, all right, well, that shit is what it is. Yeah, and maybe that's me not feeling as bad as I thought I did if I feel like I don't need to address it.
No, I'm fan, whatever. I mean, but honestly though, like, people gonna live how they want to live, and that's fine. Yeah. I've learned in life, like, you really gotta accept people for what they are and who they are, and take the positives for what they are. just like selfishly when I see like it's like I don't know, when it's different people involved. I get more upset for like how people are with other people than they are with me.
Is it the fact that you may know the people, or is it the fact that you see how those? Is it the fact that you may know the people and see how they acting towards the masses, but you know how the situation really is, and you like?
Yeah, I think it could play a part like that. I would think I'm just more protective over the people I fuck with in general. Like if motherfucking if something happens to you and then AJ just disappears, I'm gonna be pissed at AJ more than it would be like if something happened to me and he did something wild to me. I just don't. Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit, bro. Shit doesn't make me happy. Makes me more upset than I like to get. Because you know I'm pretty even keel these days.
Yeah, I definitely tried to make a case, but it's hard to make a case against something like that.
Yeah, motherfuckers ain't
really nothing you could say at that point.
Yeah, motherfuckers, it's just human nature. People are selfish, but by nature.
Yeah,
and it's a lot easier to be around when shit's fun than when it's not.
10 times. Yeah, we started this episode off a little heavy.
Yeah, just like I said, bro, motherfucker, you might have 2 people help you move, but you could have 40 people at a cookout.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And shit, less at your damn funeral.
You might have motherfucking 10 friends at the funeral, motherfucking 40 at the birthday party.
Mm-hmm. Gotta keep the circle close, man.
That's how it goes.
Close, man.
That's how it goes. But you know, like, blessings all around, though. Life's good, baby.
On another note.
Life's good. On another note. I don't want to give off the wrong vibes. Life is good. And you should be appreciative for who does help and whatever and all that shit. 100%. 100%.
For sure. This is a gold world, man.
You never know what other people are going through as well, so. Yeah, you'd have to cut my fucking legs off before I disappear on one of my friends in need. But like, you never know what else like motherfuckers going through, dog.
Yeah,
you never know. Yeah, but Roe v. Wade, that shit got overturned.
Historic ruling. Did you see this coming? I didn't. I didn't think it would be. Honestly, I didn't even know the ins and outs, honestly, to the point that it was really up to the Supreme Court to decide. Like, I didn't even know it was that far along in the process of them ruling. Like, I didn't even know it made it there. So when I seen it, I was really like, oh, nah, this shit really happening. Like, they really taking this away. Like, I thought it was just chatter for a couple years, went away. Shit seemed like it was quiet for a couple months. Next thing I know, women federally can't get an abortion unless they state approved this shit, which is crazy.
Yeah, I saw it coming in the aspect of like when people started talking about it a few months ago, and that like they said they were going to make a decision on it. But like if you would have asked me like a year ago, even with the like how conservatives are, and it's like obviously made that drift of like extreme left, extreme right. And it seems like people are falling on each side. There's not much middle anymore. I wouldn't have guessed it 2 years ago, but yeah, after like a couple months they started talking about it. I thought it was coming. It was still like. Even though it was chatted about, like it seemed like it was going to come because obviously it was more conservative judges in the Supreme Court now. Mm-hmm. It still kind of was a genuine shock, like, oh shit, that really happened. Because a lot of people are saying, well, now it's getting decided on the state level, so like it's just like basically not protected by the Supreme Court, and like that's fine. But like now, I think there's 30 states that are already in the process of making it illegal.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Luckily, we live in a good state, whereas though they not taking it away, and surrounding states, for the most part, to my understanding, aren't taking it away. It seemed like it's more a South Bible Belt type of situation.
South, Midwest.
Yeah.
Places like Wyoming and shit too.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that there are more deaths involving abortion now that this is a thing for states?
Well, that's what all the shits I'm reading now is basically saying that the stats is that it's not going to necessarily discourage abortion. It's just going to make it more dangerous for females. And my point of view on this shit is like I've never been involved in abortion. I don't like it. if you have, no judgment on you. I don't know people's situations. But yeah, I'm big on the like, if you want to get one, especially if it's medical reasons. Or if you got raped, like that's the whole weird shit about me is like, I'm all for debates on like, if you want to argue, should it be illegal at fucking 24 weeks instead of fucking 32 or 16 or whatever the fuck you want to argue. All right, we could have that debate all day. But you telling me if a 12-year-old gets raped by her fucking uncle that was a freak, she's got to carry that shit regardless because it's God's will?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
No.
That was the wildest shit I seen was when they said all abortions illegal, including rape and incest. I'm like, how? Like, even to make that decision, how are you even comfortable in your head to be like, yeah, this how we rocking and this what I'm standing for, especially in that high of a position?
Because it's all misinformation bullshit. That's all it is.
Where do you think the information coming from? You think it's straight religious shit or
like we'll get
population control or?
Yeah, I'll get into my religion bag in a sec. But I honestly think like even I'm arguing with some people and like my folks be like, dog, they could get abortions at 9 months now. Like that's kind of crazy. You know, like that. Like no, they can't. You can get an abortion at 9 months if you're at risk of losing your life. Like if it comes down to like the baby will die or you'll die, then you could get an abortion. That's got to be like medically cleared. It's like motherfuckers can't go and be like, oh, you know, I'm 2 weeks from due date and I'm not feeling like having little Jimmy anymore. Chop that shit up. That's not how the fuck it works.
When you having the fucking baby, whether you give it up for adoption or not,
that's not how it works. And like all these motherfuckers so pro-life, adopt a fucking baby, dog. Spend the $50,000. Like that shit's not cheap either, dog. Who the fuck has $10,000 to throw out on adoption? I don't. I'm not giving $10,000 to adopt a baby.
They should be giving you money to adopt kids.
They should be giving them shits the fuck out now. They'll give you money to foster that shit. Fucking give me the fucking. If I pass all the background checks, give me the fucking baby, dog. I'm not paying you 10 racks for all that shit. You got me fucked up. Fuck?
I honestly don't see the reasoning. I don't see how you come to the conclusion to do this shit. I'm wondering. I mean, it's just crazy that I would assume majority of the country is for that shit, but to know that is it 9 Supreme Court judges?
I think it's 7.
7?
Is it 9? I think it's 7.
6-3 vote.
Okay, yeah, it could be 9.
But yeah, it's 9. But just to see that we got a vote and 9 people really determining what the fuck is going on a federal level, that's kind of crazy. To put all the trust into these people is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That shit's just a lot, honestly.
It's actually sad. That shit fucked up.
Yeah, I feel bad for the ladies because, like, honestly, like, if you get, like, I'm all the way pro-choice. So, like, I think you get pregnant by accident, you're not ready to have a kid, you should be able to get an abortion. But to, like, argue the point of, like, it's God's will if they get raped or it's incest, it's just weird to me. And newsflash, there's a shit ton of people like me that don't believe in God. I don't know why the fuck laws is dictated by God. I don't give a fuck about God. There's not a single thing you can tell me about God that's going to faze me. Fuck that motherfucker. That's how the fuck I feel. If God was around right now, he'd get fucking canceled. God didn't fuck with the gays. He would be canceled right now, gang. They would get God the fuck out of here right now.
I definitely ain't gonna say get God out of here. Shout out to God.
They would get God the fuck out of here right now. And shout out to God if he's real. I'm sure he's a good guy. They're probably manipulating his words. But I don't believe in the motherfucker. So why are my laws dictated by him?
Yeah, I don't understand the part where we dictating laws by religion because, like you said, everybody's not religious. I would even go as far to say the younger generation is less religious than it's probably ever been, to my knowledge. So to see them still going off of these morals, especially when it's a bunch of different religions and somebody else's religion may not subscribe to that, but they living in this country and just knowing that we making laws and rules off of religion, it's kind of fucked up.
Buddy, if your argument is a girl gets raped, she's got to have a baby because it's God's will anyway, eat a fucking dick, gang. Eat a dick.
And that's where I get to the point where it's like I want to have a conversation with these people. Because me and you agree on this shit, but I really do want to see what point of view these people coming from and what is their.
I was just reading it. I'm reading it on Facebook.
I honestly don't even believe that shit. Like I don't think they could articulate their points.
They can.
They'll do it to make sense.
They can. They'll quote God. They quote the Bible. Well, God said this, and God said that.
Before you say somebody quotes God to you, He was like, "Oh, I don't believe that shit." Then what do they say?
Well, I'm gonna pray for you. Dead ass. Dead the fuck ass. Well, I'm gonna pray for you because God still loves you anyway. God loves you anyway. I'm gonna pray for you, and He's gonna. If God gonna love you anyway all the time, you should be able to fucking get an abortion anyway. The fuck.
I mean, that's the hypocrisy in the whole situation. If He gonna forgive, then you should be able to do it. That's the hypocrisy in the whole situation.
Buddy, if your argument, any argument I ever have with you is, well, that's what God would want. Fuck you. I don't care.
And I know you've seen the clip of the lady saying at the Trump rally, it was a big move for white life. I said, oh my gosh.
Which is not even necessarily true because there's disproportionate amount of abortions in minority communities than there are whites. So white life.
50% of women that get abortions are white.
Yeah, yes.
Well, when you do percentage based, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you go on 10% of, but yeah, like all that shit is stupid.
It was wild. I was just taking it back. Like, this the stance you're going to take on it? Like,
it's a pro-white life movement. These motherfuckers are
what are we doing?
A bunch of losers. That's what the fuck they are.
And honestly, if 60% of white women are the people getting abortions, don't you feel like your community needs that?
Bro,
but if you have the stance of like, oh, we need more white people, then I guess you're not with that shit.
We don't want to get outnumbered.
And that's what I think this shit really come down to, honestly. I don't even think it got to do with religion.
Well, if you would think that, and like all like the disproportionate amount of abortions, you would say like, oh, well, this is going to be a big boost in minority life as well.
I think they seeing them 2050 stats and seeing what it's going to look like. That shit getting closer and closer. Nah, we got to do something about this.
Dude, I am a big adamant of like, yeah, if you love religion, more power to you. I fuck with that. Like if you find peace in God,
religious listeners.
Yeah, like if you find peace in God, like more fucking power to you. Like I very much support your right to like worship God, worship Christianity, love Buddha. I don't like Allah, whatever the fuck you want to worship. Have at it. Don't make my fucking laws with the foundation of your basis of your belief. There's nothing else universally accepted in the world that has no fact behind it outside of a book that was written fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago that I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about. These motherfuckers don't believe in global warming, but they believe in this little stupid ass book. I don't understand it. This mother got nailed to a cross and came back to life 3 days later. Are you fucking like, that's why the fuck we getting rid of abortions? Because the motherfucker that was a zombie came back to life? The fuck out of here, dog. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't even think the decision came down to religion, man. I don't think it came down to religion. I think that's what
the fuck they be saying, bro. I'm looking at the clips of the conservatives. They saying it's all God's will. It's God's will. It's God's will.
That's the cover-up story, dog.
It's God's will. What they want to say is we don't look at women as the same equal value to be able to make a educated decision on it.
That's the other part. I don't understand how you can't trust a woman enough to make the decision on her own. Like, what is the basis behind that? Where it's like, nah, we gonna make this decision. Fuck what they got to say. Fuck their bodies. Because if somebody was like, if that shit was reversed, we know motherfuckers ain't fun.
No, not a shot. Motherfucker, all right, if the woman dies in pregnancy at a risk to pregnancy, then the dad needs to get killed as well. Let's make it risky for everybody. We just can't accept the risk and shit. Let's just make it risky. Fuck, you get raped and have a baby, the dad needs to get raped as well. Like,
honestly, I think it's even more fucked up because so you got those rape situations, you got those incest situations. What happens in the situation where as though, I mean, and this gonna sound fucked up, but we know obviously that there's obviously been a lot of cover up as far as a rape or incest situation to where as though they go and get a abortion when nobody knows. So now at this point, if you're in a state where you can't get an abortion legally, you don't got the means to go outside your state and travel and get one. That story comes out. Are you going to kill the person that is pregnant at this point? Are you going to try to illegally get this person an abortion? Like, how do you think that works?
They about to have motherfucker. Remember the BBL's first hit? Motherfuckers was getting the rubber cement shot in their ass and shit. It's gonna be a lot worse with the abortions, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's a documentary on HBO about abortions, how they got the laws changed, and they was just talking about the procedures where it was putting hangers up them and acid in their bodies, like all types of wild shit. They was going to super extremes to get abortions, but I honestly just see this shit coming back, man. And this shit is
weird, bro.
This shit is looking bad.
There's no room for fucking religion in politics.
I don't think it is.
There's no room for religion in politics. It should be all common sense, moral, ethical debate. There's no room for religion. There's too many religions in America. There's too many religions in the world. Religion outside of race is the biggest dividing factor amongst human race. There's no fucking room for religion in politics.
So you think we at a point where we need a reset?
We're at a point where you shouldn't even like the senators and like fucking all those people, House representatives, they shouldn't even tell you if they're Christian or not, or Muslim, or fucking Buddhist, or any of that shit, because it has nothing to do with any of that. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's just weird, bro. It's a bunch of old-ass men, a bunch of old, weird-ass men. And then, motherfucking, you see the one Supreme Court judge coming up and saying, well, we need to revisit same-sex marriage. Leave the gays the fuck alone, too. Yeah, leave the women and the gays alone, dog. Who gives a fuck what God said about same-sex marriage? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
One of the wildest takes I saw.
And then you said
that's it. I'm like, no way. If we revisit this shit, which just got changed within, the past 10, 15 years?
Yeah, like, dog, why the fuck are y'all so worried about who's fucking who and who's doing what? Leave people the fuck alone. I just don't understand it.
I'm not understanding none of it. I don't know where the energy is coming from. I don't know where the cause is coming from. This, again, our generation, it makes us even more detached from those people. Like, we don't, but when they say vote, it's like, all right, who are we voting for? Or can we trust the people we voting for to make the decisions? Because I'm pretty sure it's people that voted for these people that made the decisions to put these Supreme Court judges in position, but didn't know they would do some crazy shit like this. This is some off the wall, next level. I don't give a fuck.
I think 3 or 4 of them were appointed by Trump, and I feel like they did know these were possibilities coming. And I was watching a doc not too long ago, and I was basically saying how the conservatives saw. And once again, to reiterate, I am not a fucking super liberal. I'm pretty central on my ground. I'm not extreme left or right either way. But they saw that they were losing the center vote, so they were like, yeah, we really need to identify with the white male and re-engage them and bring them out. And that's what they're doing. I mean, they're going super conservative. And to their credit, scumbag shit's happening, but it's working. It's working. There's people that can't fucking add 3 + 3, but are super engaged back to vote. Hell yeah, brother. We're taking the country back. We're making this shit great again. And no, you're making this shit weird again. Ladies can't get abortions if they're raped by their fucking uncle, and two gay ladies or 2 gay fellas can't get married. Who gives a fuck who's getting married? That's the weirdest shit. I don't understand that shit.
About what somebody else even got going on the personal.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I could give a fuck less who you're fucking. It's the weirdest thing in the world. So weird.
How do you feel? I ain't trying to get too political because, I mean, honestly,
I ain't going because then there's that Texas senator that said we should fucking review, what was it, Education Board versus Brown?
Saw that shit.
The Board of Education versus Brown?
Guys about that bullshit, but that was some more dumbass shit. Like,
that's a senator.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
What are we talking about?
Are really in charge of shit, making decisions for people, hundreds of thousands of people.
I would really be curious, I'm genuinely curious, because I think maybe I give people too much credit. I would be genuinely curious if they took a survey everybody in America and asked all the white folks, would you be happy if it was just straight white Christians that lived around you only? And I feel like there would be a solid percentage yeah.
But I don't even think they know what that would look like.
No, it would look stupidish. That's
what I'm saying. I don't even think they would agree with what that even looks like. Okay, what does that look like? What does America look like at that point?
Put me in the mix city. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be around the fucking circle jerk crew.
I was talking about this the other day. I don't even understand how people was navigating when segregation was, I guess, quote unquote, eliminated. imagine the culture shock of that at first, and you just like, what the fuck is going on?
I know you be seeing them videos of when they first go into the schools and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like at that point, it's like, what are we out here doing? This shit ain't. We not stopping shit. And then 2 years later, y'all going to school like that shit regular. Back to what we was talking about on the damn podcast last week with what was the movie? Remember the Titans. Eventually, y'all gonna have to get the fuck along.
I honestly like.
We're 2 seconds away from each other.
I'd be like genuinely like curious to hear anybody like having a conversation of why it would like why they're racist and why it would make sense and why they're homophobic and why it would make sense and why without using religion why it would make sense for them to control if a woman can have a baby or not.
But like you said with that, like you said with the religion thing, and it's God loves you, whatever that would be the answer. The same thing with that would be I just them.
Yeah, it just
and there's no basis around it. They don't have no reason. That's just what I guess maybe they was taught, and they, for whatever reason, assume that that's the best way to live.
And maybe I'm going on hot takes maybe I'm going on hot takes today, John. I don't know. Motherfuckers riding motorcycles outside, fucking Philly. If you're racist, I hope you die. Like I genuinely hope you die.
Hey man,
I genuinely think, and that's like you know how to fool shit.
Coming out this episode,
I don't know a few people that would die, and like like if you're racist, I genuinely hope you die soon. I think the world would be a better place.
It probably would be.
I think it would be a better place.
At this point, there's really no room for that shit. I don't see where you really maneuvering to where as though you could be outwardly racist at this point. Like you really in a cocoon at that point. Like you can't even really have fun if you race. Like where are you really about to go? Where are you really about to travel? You ain't going to no major cities in the United States, so you ain't seeing shit honestly. If you are at this point, it's nothing you actually doing.
I'm just not a fan of this nonsense that's been going on lately, and I really feel like, and even with that, like the Barstool guy, Dave Portnoy.
Uh-huh.
So he put out a video and basically was like, "All right, guys, like fucking like the Roe v. Wade shit's a little ridiculous. Like feels like we're going back 50 years." And he was like, "Fox News." The guys just started commenting, was like, "Fuck you, dude, blah blah." And he was like, "Doug, you guys have been dick eating on me the last 10 years." And the one time I disagree with your point of view, like everybody turns like this is exactly what the fuck is wrong with people, because there's like this weird extremist shit to where you have to just completely align with one side on everything they do, and that's not real life. It's
and
not
I think it's ain't gonna really affect them till it hit them, because lo and behold, somebody's daughter gonna
get raped.
Get something gonna happen to where though they might need to get one, and I guarantee you they ain't gonna hesitate to take their daughter or niece or whatever it is, wife, whatever it is, out of the state to go get that abortion. They're not gonna hesitate to do that shit. And that's the weird part. It's like if the shit happened to you, still you gonna participate in what you saying is wrong. And ain't nobody about to tell me different. You're not about to just be like, oh no, you having that baby at 14. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I have anything else for this.
We was long-winded on it. We good.
It's just ridiculous. The religion and politics shit needs to go. It's fucking 2022. It's like there's no room for it.
It's sad. It's sad. It is what it is, though, man. And even with all that being said, ain't shit changing.
They got the Trump hearings going on about the fucking Capitol storm.
I see they had a supposedly intense testimony the other day.
From the age, he was basically saying he didn't give a fuck if people got hurt or if they were armed, they need to let them in. He tried to fucking get his Secret Service to drive up there, blah blah. I mean, this is the shit I understand now, bro. It doesn't matter. Like it's literally just divided left or right. It doesn't matter.
This shit is dumb.
But Trump could drop a fucking bomb on Philly, and his followers would be like, "Yo," like he had a reason to do it. And Joe Biden could forget how to talk tomorrow, and his followers would be like, "Yo, he's good, trust me." So like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
None of it. We got to hit the reset button. We need younger politicians ASAP.
Like
I
fucking
don't know what else to say.
the gang problem isn't just in the fucking urban cities, dog. It's in politics as well. These motherfuckers are through and through, in and out through life, dog.
Tupac said it a long time ago, man. They all gangs.
Yeah,
They all gangs.
he said some other shit too. That's true. These motherfuckers talking.
They all gangs.
Well, like honestly, I really enjoy living in this country, and I think there's a great opportunity to make money. But I think the political beliefs and divide is disgusting, and I also think that the capitalist society of where fucking gas prices can be at a record high and oil companies have a record growth quarter in the same fucking time frame is disgusting as well. So there's just a lot of room for improvement. I just don't think that people can unify as one to really make that improvement ever, because there's so much weird misinformation and false narratives and weird hate, like hating women or hating gay people or being racist. And it's like, none of that shit's really important. The important shit is that our quality of life should be way higher, and we can't really band together to make those big changes. Instead, we just bicker about little shit. It's like fucking having 4 starving people around, and if they all join hands, they can reach for a motherfucking pizza, but instead they're fighting over the crumb. And that's what we're doing in society. We're just fighting over crumbs instead of joining forces and making actual change. And it's nasty. It's just fucking weird.
That's probably the saddest part, is we could actually have utopia, but we don't want it.
We have the resources and the intelligence to have the perfect fucking country. We just don't.
It could literally be gold wave roads like they hear in other countries. And then when they actually get here in real life, they're like, oh shit, they fucked up too.
It's like we're living the lottery.
Yeah.
We're all living the promise of like, yo, if you work your ass off and you fluke into a good opportunity, because that's really what it is. If you fluke into a good opportunity, you can work your ass off. How many people worked their ass off and died broke?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's like, I mean, I don't know any better way to put it. This shit is the damn lottery. You could be born in some bullshit. You could be born in fucking gold. You playing the lottery. You swimming through the fucking. You know what I mean? You swimming through.
Every once in a while, you'll come along, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, and you're like, oh, they were self-made. They started a bookstore and the garage, and now he's the richest person in the world. It's like, oh, dope, bro. Like, there's also been fucking 500 lottery winners since then, too.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. It is. I mean, that's the country, man. Like you said, it's the country I want to be in, but damn, we could do better.
I do enjoy being here. I will say that. I like complaining about it too.
I mean, that's the freedom we got. Luckily, we ain't in China. They'll be hunting our asses down right now.
God bless America. Right?
Man, the funny part is, I ain't even gonna go that far and say that. I'm gonna just say shout to America, man.
God bless America.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna find religion eventually. I just don't know which one.
Hey, man, study your way. If you see it necessary, you'll find them. But if not, you'll be all right.
I don't think. I really don't. Go ahead.
I said I don't never really try to steer anybody to it. People ask.
I just don't think it's that depressing. I don't think it's that depressing of an idea of being like, yeah, when you die, you die. I don't think that's that sad.
I don't think that's the end all be all when it comes to religion now also, though.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use that shit. It's like, yeah, like you be the best person you can be during this life so you can inherit like a super dope life afterwards. And it's like, dog, just make your life super dope here, or just try to enjoy it.
Like, I would literally be lying if I said you don't feel nothing when, like I didn't feel nothing when I go to church. Do I go to church? No, I don't.
Oh, yeah,
but I would be lying if I was like, yeah, there's no feeling when I go. And I mean, also for me, probably just being raised in the church and seeing church behind the scenes and seeing the shit that actually do go on, it probably turned me off a little bit as I got older. So, I mean, it's a fact that things with me. I definitely was just looking into different religions and just landed on the spiritual aspect of things.
Yeah, like I'm definitely not talking anybody out of being religious. More power to you. It's not for me.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I just don't got that in me.
R. Kelly got 30.
He did.
R. Kelly got 30.
He did.
That's
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
And
Yeah.
what you watched the doc?
I didn't watch the doc.
Who are
I
you?
couldn't support that.
Rightfully so.
So you believe everything in the doc?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, is
Yeah.
the doc as bad as they say it was?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, I think if you're like selling platinum records, like you're a platinum superstar, and you're waiting outside of high school for
That's a little
the
crazy.
sophomores to get out of school, and you're kind of just like, oh, I'm Mark Kelly, I just sold this, come to my house, and then you're basically kidnapping them and keeping them hostage at your house while you continuously fuck them. Yeah, hold
That's
that 30, bud. Hold that 30. Hold that 30, bud.
At this point, if the courts find them guilty, courts ain't get Mike Jack, but the courts did get R. Kelly. So at this point, I may have to retire the R. Kelly catalog.
Yeah, I think R. Kelly's a nasty fuck, and I think he deserved every day he got.
God damn.
And you don't really hear people coming out and be like, oh, no, R. Kelly was really dope.
No, you don't. It really hasn't been nobody major really come to his defense. So
Nope.
I feel like, honestly, people did know something was going on.
They knew he was a freak. So Aaliyah shit was freaky. Everybody knew that Aaliyah shit was freaky.
Yeah, if you can marry Aaliyah at that young age, something was going on.
Yeah, he was a freak. He deserved every bit of time he got. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And if there's a hell, it sounds like he's going there.
Well, that's that on R. Kelly.
Fuck R. Kelly, he's going to hell. Dude, the McDonald's thing. Fuck, man, we're already 56 minutes.
We are.
A lot of rants.
You got a clip of the McDonald's guy?
I do not. I could probably find it, though.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I can find it in about 2 clicks. Shout out to Twitter. I feel like that's what it's best for.
We were supposed to do an NBA pod tonight, but Shan says he's not available anymore. But he could do Friday. I don't know if I have Friday in my bag. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I can't find the video. I seen it on Reddit. No matter of fact, I got it. I ain't gonna play the whole 2 minutes, but here we go.
The McDonald's man. The great debate.
The great debate.
So he's been, well, other kids gonna be left out. You didn't think one burger, one fry?
What do you like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them my kids, your kids' siblings, though. So he's been, other kids gonna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the city.
What's that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings, though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings if they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him.
No. He's not finna eat that shit on if you can't bring enough for everybody.
So you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
That's the McDonald's story. You heard it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Tape?
The breakdown of that video is basically the guy shows up, his baby mom's videotaping, and said she's going to expose him before he pulls up. He pulls up with a bag of McDonald's and a drink in hand, trying to drop it off as lunch for his kid. Apparently, she has 2 or 3 other kids, maybe 4, I don't know. And she was pretty upset that he didn't bring 4 meals instead of just the one for his son. His argument is, well, those aren't his kids, so he doesn't necessarily have to feed them. And pretty much it ends with her grabbing the bag and throwing it on the floor and saying, fuck you. What's my take on it?
Yeah.
My take is, so 2 takes. Instant reaction is, she's a piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
Second reaction is, like, if I don't have kids, so it's different. But, like, if I'm coming to, like, I'm not going to show up to Bree's house and know that there's 3 other kids there and Trey and only bring Trey food. But, I understand the concept of, like, I wouldn't just bring food for one person. Even as adults, like, if I come into your crib and I'm bringing you food and I know you have 3 other people, I'm going to ask if they want something as well. Like you, especially with the kids. So yeah, like I understand that, but like in the video, the part that got me was he said, "Dog, I do this every day."
Yeah.
Well, let's count it up real quick. He does a $10 Happy Meal every day. That's $50 a week. If he's just doing weekdays, that's $200 a month. She's got 3 more kids. Now that 200 went to 800. Now that's a ridiculous amount of money to spend for fucking kids that he doesn't have. That could be his 2 car payments, electricity, car, maybe even his rent. I don't know where he lives. And it's not a realistic expectation. So blunt reaction of it is, he can bring his son whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Right? Realistically, logical reaction of it is, just pick your son up and take him out to lunch, I guess, and do it like that, so the kids don't have to watch it. That is kind of sad for the other kids.
That was really the only thing that I feel like he could have did better was just pick him up. But other than that, I didn't think he was really in the wrong in that situation. I feel like he said, what am I supposed to feed all your? I'm not with you. I'm supposed to feed all your kids. Even when I think later in the video she came to saying, you knew what came with this. He was like, nah, I just had a kid by you. Like I didn't pick to take care of all. They going crazy in the comments, but I ain't feel obligated to get all your kids food. I was selfishly on his side. Like
no, I don't think he's in the wrong. I don't think he's in that the wrong at all.
I definitely could have took him. Like, yo, you want to get something to eat, or don't even tell her. Just because obviously she had to call him and say, blah blah blah, so and so hungry. Could you get him something to eat? But if you're expecting him to bring y'all not together, that's the main part. If they was together, that's a different story. Like that would be fucked up if you living in the house, but you still only getting your one child some food. That would be a little crazy. But if they not together and he's like, nah, I'm just getting my kids something to eat. Yeah, it's fucked up on the grand scheme of things of him, maybe, but can you really blame him?
No.
Can you really blame him?
No. He's 100% justified. No, he's not in the wrong at all. Me personally, I would either bring kids, like all the kids' food, or I would just pick the kid up and take him out. And I would just pick the kid up and take him out, honestly, because then that gives me some time to bond as well. So we could do a quick hour, go sit down and eat, chop it up, drop him off. Because I could imagine, like, here's the thing about, like, this shit is, like, obviously it would probably be salty for the other kids to watch the kid, like, dad come and watch them just eat the shit in front of them while they eat noodles or whatever the fuck it may be. That's not the dad's responsibility, though. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, that shit ain't got nothing to do for him. And also, there's going to be some spite, too. Like, if you got 3 brothers and y'all dad's not around, but your one brother dad picking him up every day and taking him to lunch, you still salty about that as well. So, I mean, there's no real win there, but, like, you don't got to make the kid eat his motherfucking Happy Meal and get his toy in front of everybody. But he's definitely not wrong at all. I just probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's probably the only part is just the other kids got to suffer because, I guess, with the situation they in, when they ain't really choose to be in that situation.
Have you ever been in that spot, like as a kid, where somebody like bought like?
Nah.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone's ever like bought their kid food and been like, nah, fuck you.
Not food, maybe something else. But if I thought probably something else, but not food. Like food, that's a little. But I mean, I'm saying I understand it, but at the same time, would I do that? I don't know. I don't think I would do that. But I'm not mad at him for doing that shit. Like
especially if it's every day.
Yeah.
I think that's an unrealistic expectation to have for him if it's every fucking day. Because that, even if the Happy Meal's only $5, still, that goes from spending fucking what, $100 a month to $400. That's still a huge increase. It's 4 times his fucking investment on food budget. That's still a huge increase. And I don't know if motherfuckers been looking around. Shit ain't cheap right now.
Not at all.
So yeah, I don't think he was wrong. I think she was weird for even recording it. Honestly.
Yeah, I think she had the whole "I'm gonna expose you." That shit backfired on her because, again, you might got some people on your side, but it's also on the other side.
I honestly couldn't tell if it was like a fake joint or not.
I feel like that shit was real. I feel like that shit happened more than we know it.
Because I just saw like she was really going like she was either a hood bitch or like that she was fake.
I feel like that was
really going crazy. I'm like, yo, I don't get my stamps until. I'm like, damn, she's just exposing him, talking about how much when she don't get her stamps and she can't feed her other babies and
Nah, that shit sounded a little. It was a little too much emotion in
Sound
that.
like we cry.
Yeah. That would sound like we cried together in real life.
It could have been a Kendrick skit.
Yeah, somebody gonna put some animation behind that. That shit gonna be crazy.
If I have a kid with you, I'm not responsible to take care of your other kids.
I feel like most. Well, I don't know.
If we're together, like if we're married, this is the shit why I really don't want kids until I'm married.
Mhm.
If we're married and you have kids, I will take care of your kids. I won't. I don't even think I would like seriously date a girl that had kids unless I had the willingness to take care of their kids.
I mean that definitely has to go without being said.
Yeah, but like if I got you knocked up and then you have 2 more babies afterwards, that doesn't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I feel like
Am I supposed to get them Christmas gifts too? Like, what happens on Christmas when I come with 8 gifts for my son? Am I supposed to bring a gift for every kid as well? Like,
another part, like you said, yeah, that shit could get expensive if you're taking care of all 4 of them. And also at that point, that shit's setting a standard. So every time you getting him something, the other 3 is expecting something as well. Every time you bringing them something, the other 3 is expecting something as well. So that should get a little tricky. In their situation, it didn't look like they was together. So I feel like that went without being said. Like, was one kid going to be fresher than the other ones? Maybe, but that's just how that situation panned out. Fucked up, but I guess if you in that type of situation, what else could you really say?
Yeah.
Sucks in the mom's part, though. I mean,
yeah, I feel bad for the kids, honestly.
Yeah, they got it the worst.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kids. That doesn't sound like the best dynamic to be in.
Hell no. Hell no. That nigga said, where they daddies at? That was crazy.
Where they dads at? The fall?
That was crazy. Yo, that was crazy.
I was scared to death to have a kid by a John like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's hell.
That's
hell. That's hell. You might imagine hearing that every time you pull up. She got the camera out like, hey, this shit.
I'm about to expose his ass. Like, all right, bitch, now you're 7 weird ass friends about to be like, yeah, fuck
you. Making his points and shit. She looking stupid. She don't even know what to say. She like, so I'm supposed to take care of all of them? She quiet. Yeah. He like, what? You sound dumb. I'm like, oh my gosh, this did not go as planned.
I'm about to expose his ass. It don't look like it's more than 1 meal in that bed. It's not.
It's not. I'm not even hiding.
It's not, dog. It's not.
And his dad was showing love. He got him. Like, nobody even the real thing. You see how big the house was?
She was big as shit.
You got him the large
this man's meal, dog.
Yeah, supersized. Yeah,
supersized his little.
He gonna be drinking for days. He got him right.
So it don't look like it's 4 meals in there, so it's not.
It's not. Yo. Nah, he was good.
I'm geek, dog. Yeah, nah, she was bugging the fuck out, bro. She was bugging the fuck out. Anything else you want to touch on? You want to get into the NBA real quick before we wrap?
We can hear some quick NBA shit.
My buddy was just asking me today, does the NBA not value first round picks? He's a hockey fan. So he was like, yo, is Murray that good? And I was like, honestly, like they just don't really give a fuck about first round picks.
If you're a good team,
if you're a good team, because you're thinking it's late first round, and even if you're a bad team, you're usually trading them out and you're doing top 3 protected, top 5 protected.
Yeah, if you like top 13, you might want to hold on to it, depending on the draft class, because you may get a diamond in the rough, but I don't think first round picks are really that valuable at this point. Especially if you could get somebody like a DeJounte Murray for a first rounder.
They gave him 4.
Huh?
They gave him 4.
I'm still not even mad at that because, I mean, honestly, you're banking on DeJounte taking you to the next level and not being that bad. Like, you feel like you're going to be a playoff team, and if you're a playoff team, you ain't going to have no good picks. So
that was my next question. Does that put them to the next level of that?
No, I don't think so. Well, in the East, yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm going Trae Young, Murray, Herter, Collins, Capella as the starting 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's nasty.
Bogdanovich off the bench.
They got the other guy, the 3-and-D.
Hunter.
That's a good team, bro.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. And then they're still talking about moving John Collins, and if they get a solid forward and
And I mean, if they could fuck around and bump either Herter or Hunter into the 4 and just play it 4-4 out, Capella in the middle.
Yeah, I mean they did make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
I'm not mad at that team. That's a good team.
Yeah, they gonna make some noise. You see, James took less money to stay in, or it's gonna take less money to stay in Philly. That was heavy. That was heavy.
Philly
I think he's on the trend with that shit too.
Philly doesn't deserve him.
That was heavy, yo. If he took like the mid-level exception, that would be insane.
Hey, how do you feel about this new media shit and like the athletes really getting upset at the analysts and all of that?
Listen
Draymond
to
Green, KD. Did you listen to the Draymond and the JJ pod?
Listen to the live show. I listened to Bill and them this morning talk about it, and I mean, like they said, that shit really focused on a Skip Bayless type of person that builds their name off of slandering a player, regardless if they play good or bad.
But Skip and Stephen A. pretty much targeted.
Yeah, I mean, even though he tried to lump Stephen A. in there, but I feel like, yeah, when it comes to name calling, and you supposed to be this TV analyst, because Skip Bayless for sure has swayed.
Stephen A.'s got the big beef with Kyrie Irving right now. I mean, he's been ripping into Kyrie all year.
Yeah, but I feel like Kyrie actually might have, I ain't gonna say he deserved it, but he was doing things to where as though it's like.
I remember Skip Bayless, the Knicks Phil Jackson tried to throw Lamar Odom a rope, and Skip Bayless said, "You signed a crackhead" on national TV, and I thought that was wildly offensive.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of it's towards Skip Bayless. I
meant Stephen A. Stephen A. said that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Even with that being said, though, I do feel like a lot of, whether it's Colin Cowherd, how he talked about Sean Taylor, that was kind of fucked up. Everybody got they what is it, skeletons in the closet. Everybody that said some stupid shit on TV, I'm pretty sure they regret it. But
I'm sure if you go back to I think we're fucking at like almost 100 episodes pretty soon here. I'm sure we've said some stupid shit that we probably wouldn't have put out.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. But I feel like when you building your name off of that and you continuously doing that, and like they said, if the players come at you, don't get sensitive when they come back at you. Because when they broke it down to where as though, you remember what Jalen did to Skip and how Skip got so sensitive over that. And they was basically like, you do that shit every day. So how you get mad when that shit happened to you?
Yeah, now all of a sudden you want a 30-minute deep dive about how your coach shouldn't fuck with you and this. TikTok. Everybody has those stories. Everybody has those stories.
You want the whole intervention, bro. No, you don't get that. So where you stand on it?
I support it, but I also I think they're going so far with it to where I kind of support the analysts as well.
Yeah,
I think there's a place for both. Don't get me wrong. I think Draymond. I think JJ's podcast has probably been one of my favorite podcasts in the last 3 years. I really like how JJ talks. KD shit's interesting as well. And All the Smoke. All the Smoke's a great podcast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go JJ, Knuckleheads, and I like Bill sometimes.
I love Bill. Bill's one of my favorites. I don't really tune in on Knuckleheads like that, but the episodes I have heard are good. But there's definitely a place for Stephen A. and Skip and Max Kellerman and all those guys. They definitely give a different.
They definitely entertain, and that's what I had to realize with Skip and Stephen A. I'll say 75% of their job at this point is entertainment, not even being an analyst. Because I do feel like back in the day, we would actually know what the fuck is going on. We didn't have a narrative around Kobe. The only narrative around Kobe was he don't pass the ball, but that was visual if you watched the damn game. You wouldn't even say that, or you would say
there was a few narratives about Kobe.
I'm saying in the 2000s, not in the 2000s.
I don't know if you remember the rape case, but that shit was bad for Kobe for a few years for that.
Oh no, I mean, but that's a wild case.
That was a bad John, and then even when he forced Shaq out, that was a bit. He was selfish. He would never win again. They had a few narratives around Kobe until I think a lot of that shit got glossed over in his later years because people started to appreciate.
You feel like it was true at the time though? Because I mean, Kobe.
But was it the same thing that was true then? Is the same reason people love him now? Is because he was pissed that he didn't try as hard as he thought he should have. He didn't put his all in the offseason. He wasn't dead to the game like him. So the same shit that people hated on him for in 2002, 2003 is the same shit that was celebrated in 2012.
But I mean, okay, go to somebody like a LeBron. Do you feel like that should have changed. I honestly don't, because I feel like people had that shit embedded in their brain, like, oh, LeBron got these fake rings. He cries or whatever the fuck they want to say. He flops. He folds in clutch moments when statistics prove otherwise. Like they really had like,
I
fake,
honestly think that LeBron. I think LeBron's hitting his Kobe phase of his career as well.
which is what
That people appreciate him more.
I think players.
Yeah,
I think the players are the ones, again, new media, quote unquote, is the ones saying like, no, this motherfucker is actually like next level nice. Even where Draymond says, nah, we don't win that finals if KD doesn't come. Like, I feel like it's the quote unquote new media that's saying like, no, this motherfucker's a beast and he's something to be reckoned with.
I think like, and maybe it'll still come later, but I definitely think like an overall consensus is LeBron went from people like saying he's maybe top 10 or whatever it is to like, he's definitely in the running for greatest player ever. Not only that, he's made a wild sacrifice to keep it. Like, there hasn't been a more durable player than LeBron ever.
Nah, hell no. And,
and that's not a fluke. That's him having wild dedication to his body.
Yeah. But you still have, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jordan has haters. But,
for sure.
As far as like unanimous love, I feel like Jordan do get unanimous love.
And he wasn't in this time frame either. I really feel like Jordan would get ripped apart in this time frame.
I think so, especially if stories like you punching teammates in practice come out.
Teammates, you won't take a political stand. Yeah. They're gambling all the time. 100%. Yeah. He would have got ripped apart. Yeah. You're going golfing the same day that you have a championship game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah, I mean, this shit could go either way. I like both sides. I do. I don't think it's a place that, okay, I may not like Skip, but then I ain't about to say, oh, Skip don't deserve to be on TV. If you
like the whole Russell Westbrook shit where he was like, yo, don't call me West Brick. Mm-hmm. Unless he said shit in my face. It's like, come on, bro. It's West Brick. He's not calling you pussy.
But then, I mean, when it was calling Bosch Spice.
You see that clip? That I did call him Bosch Spice.
That was crazy.
Wild. That was wild. Because you're not calling Bosch Spice to my face, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You ever see Jim Rome?
Yeah, when he got punched in the face.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like shit like that though. That's like, yeah, like if you're gonna say it, like let me attack you then.
And that's another thing. I don't think nobody sees him out. Nobody sees Skip Bayless out. Skip Bayless ain't covering the final. Skip Bayless ain't covering the Christmas game.
I've never seen Skip Bayless to a player wins. I think it would be a little delusional to act like Skip Bayless isn't a huge draw. Like where Draymond was like, yo, Shannon saved him. And I'm like, there's a reason he got that big ass contract.
Yeah, but will we watch the show without Shannon?
I love Shannon. If you put Steven Jackson there, same numbers.
But have you listened to Skip Bayless podcast?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's more show what it is.
I don't watch the show. Like I'll see the Skip Bayless podcast clips just like I see the clips of the show.
And you see how Stephen A. still saying, but we still number one. And I honestly feel like somebody like JJ make that shit even better. Like, all right, we really got somebody actually challenging Stephen A.'s opinion.
No, I really enjoy. Like, I like Steven Jackson for the personality. I think JJ's extremely good at breaking down the game. I think Matt Barnes is actually really good at breaking down the game as well, which is interesting because he's not like he wasn't that great of a player. But I really enjoy his basketball takes as well.
And I think that's what we actually missed out with Kobe, because Kobe started doing the detail shit. And actually teaching about the game, and there was rumors of him getting into the broadcasting shit, and I couldn't imagine him breaking down a fucking game. That shit would have been amazing to see.
I know you saw my boy Grant Hill say Kobe was the toughest person to guard ever.
I didn't finish that episode. He was kind of boring.
Yeah, he said Kobe was the hardest person he ever guarded, and he was the best player he ever played against, Michael included. That's what Grant Hill's saying. I don't know.
You playing against old Mike.
I don't know. You feel like Grant Hill came in the league, what, like fucking 92, 93?
Hell no.
Grant Hill didn't come in Kobe's. Kobe came in 96.
Grant Hill came in like 90s, like the same time, 97.
Not a shot. He didn't come in after Kobe.
He ain't coming in no 92. 92, that's Chris Webber.
That's like the same time, isn't it?
He did not come in with Shaq. That means he would have played with Isaiah and them.
I think you're off, bro.
Grant Hill? Hell no.
94.
94?
He got prime Jordan. He got prime Jordan.
Oh, he tripping.
And he got prime Jordan. 94.
He tripping.
And he was playing because he was an all-star. 94. It's rookie year.
Yeah, he tripping.
So he said Kobe's the best player he ever played against. That's Grant Hill. I don't know what to tell you. That's an all-star telling you.
Hey, I ain't about to argue it. That's interesting though. That's a take. I don't know why that didn't get blown up.
I was confused too. I'm like, damn, he just said that. That's dope.
I need to see how much Kobe was giving him. He must have got 60 from every night.
It was going crazy. And fair enough. I mean, like those matchups came when Grant Hill was in Orlando, Phoenix. Grant Hill lost a leg, but still.
Yeah, when the fuck was he playing Kobe? Yeah, that's interesting.
Grant Hill's got more All-Star appearances than you would think, too.
Yeah, I mean, his number's impressive off the rip.
I mean, he was playing Kobe in prime. Like, he was still All-Star in Detroit in 99, 2000. So that's Kobe's first chip. All-Star in Orlando, 2001. All-Star in Orlando, 2004 as well. He played 70 games. I mean, he caught Kobe's prime.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
So, yeah, I thought that was an interesting take. But, yeah, hour 20, man. I think it's a good time to wrap.
Yeah, random thought. I think it's official that Russia is holding Brittany Griner hostage. They extended her detention 6 more months.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I honestly think this is a hostage situation. How the country goes about it is kind of in their hands. This is a Olympian, exceptional athlete. I don't know what we waiting on. I feel like they asked for a murderer back in return from her. Some crazy shit like that. If I got that right, sound like a hostage situation.
Yeah, they're going nuts.
And they holding this shit over the country's head. Like, yeah, y'all want to play these war games? We just gonna keep her over here just a little longer, and threatening to give her 10 years on top of what she doing now. Shit fucked up.
Yeah, they are saying they're gonna give her some time. That shit is fucked up.
Shit fucked up. And seeing the WNBA players talk and cry about her is even more sad. It's like, damn, she don't even sound like the worst person in the world. Like, this was over some bullshit. It's fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely fucked up.
Honestly, give them who the fuck they want and keep that shit moving.
Random thought: NBA is the best league in the world to be a player.
Mm-hmm.
John Wall and Russell Westbrook are both making like 47 million this year.
Yeah.
Which is like what's Patrick Mahomes' salary this year? Like 40 million, maybe 45.
I don't even. He might be at 50. He signed a 10-year, $50 million.
So if he's at 50, he's at 50. But still, John Wall's getting 50 and Russell Westbrook's getting 50.
No. Basketball definitely is the best because
and they're only playing 82 games.
Patrick Mahomes had to sign a 10-year deal to get $50 million a year. So they definitely playing the best sport.
I think Bradley Beal's about to opt in for a 5-year 50 every year. Like, come on, dog. These motherfuckers. It's wild to think we think yo, if you hit the lottery, you're fucking loaded. These guys are getting the lottery every year. Every fucking year, dog.
And doing something they want to do. So yeah, basketball is
5 months out of the year.
Definitely the best. I'm surprised it's no lower level leagues out here that's really thriving because how much we love basketball.
Is the Big Three done?
Nah, they got that shit going on right now.
Do they? Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit going on right now.
Didn't even know it. Delonte West looks like he's homeless again.
Yeah, that shit fucked up. That motherfucker said I'm in between jobs. That was some sad shit to see. I mean,
I wonder how long you have to play in the NBA to get the pension.
I think, was it like it's not a lot. I think it's like 3 years.
He should be getting the pension.
You would think, and I mean, it's even more fucked up because people have tried to help him, but
can't get it.
I mean, I guess that shit just not working for him.
Yeah, can't get it out. And one last random thought: that Mark Cuban pharmacy shit that he's doing is really amazing, and people don't talk about it enough.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. I saw him talk about it a few years ago, and I've been following. He really is wholesaling pharmacy drugs for fucking. I think it's like 2% profit on each drug. That's Mark Cuban should get praised more for what he does.
And that's the type of shit you're supposed to do as a billionaire.
Yeah, 100%. Like, bro, I don't need more money.
Come on, yo.
I don't need more money. I'm gonna take this profit so I can pay my employees. We'll make a little money off it. But yeah, get your drugs. Get your cancer drugs. Get
Like
your
you said,
diabetes drugs. Come on.
2%
Yeah,
Come on, bro. Like, come on, dog. What's better than like?
come on.
Yeah, that's some thorough shit right there.
Yeah. So I fuck with Mark Cuban. I think that shit's dope, and I don't think people talk about that shit enough. I was just reading an article earlier this week, and they were saying that one of the it was a doctor who tweeted out discovered I forget what it's called. It's like Pharmacy Plus or something. Discovered this, and it was like my patients are paying $1,000 per treatment, and now they're paying fucking 120.
Damn,
So these people were literally going bankrupt, and now they're fine.
damn.
Like, dog, you can these people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have that power to change thousands, hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and they
Literally
can,
the world.
and still make a 2% profit. You make a 2% profit on fucking 200 million,
You
still
good.
making good money.
You good, bro?
Still making good money.
Bro.
Still rich.
On $1 billion. You good, bro?
You still rich. You still
good,
fucking rich, dog. Still rich.
Been crazy because he gonna actually probably gonna put other companies that's gouging out of business.
Hopefully.
The songs of the week.
Songs of the week.
This week I'm gonna go Babyface Ray, Family Greater Than Money.
Nice, man.
Play with me, we hit the block, look like we dropped a nuke. 100 racks, clear the whole bag, just ask my nigga Deuce. In these streets and told me everything, I shouldn't have went to school. Found reliever, or what you put in is what you get. Put in work so goddamn long, now I'm lit. Scooped her up in the SVR, then sent the lift. Tell my kids the word is ours, what you want, you can get. Tears of joy, I'm grateful, look how a nigga live. I'm in sausage, shaking bags, ain't got time to reminisce. He say he ain't feeling me, then I probably hit his bitch. Tell my nigga keep his mask down and shoot it like he grip. We ain't doing no attempts, man, our pussy so good, I had to pay her rent. Hope you know that shit around for real, we ain't playing rich. $500,000 for a townhouse is why I'm staying in. Too legit to quit, that shit, I done did that shit. Man, my neck lit, turn her head, it's the exorcist. Fucked your bitch good at 8 a.m., let's get some breakfast then. They done got it wrong, boy, some money, no I'm reckless with it. I don't respect these niggas, I don't fuck with them. One's flying in that nigga section like fuck niggas. Drop a bag and free the whole hood, shit, Trump did it. Hit the door, them hoes already know, we don't want niggas. Real niggas first, family over money. Kingpin dreams, trap house jumping. Got my paper right, ain't gonna tell me nothing. Grind all winter, fucking up the summer. Do it big time, might go get a Hummer. Even though you lying, tell me that you love me. If you really ballin', buy your bitch something. You really ballin', really ballin'.
Ray, money greater than money. Or family greater than money.
Nice, man. I am going Mac Miller ROS.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Just want to ask you a question. Have you Rooms and go to the circus. Girl, you know I'm loving you just like you deserve it. So baby, make me earn it. Show me the way you work it. Tell me what you afraid about. Spit you my favorite verses. Let's just go take a breath. I want it all. Every ounce of love that you got left. You are my drug in love to death. Feel free to fall. You are a catch. I'm in your heart. To pay that price.
That is Mac Miller, ROS. Oh, that's Views from the Chair.
Views from the Chair, episode 1 million.